Welcome back. Well, let's focus on the real estate theme then. Keystone Realtors, that's the next management on the show. The company aims at 33% growth in pre-sales to around 4,000 crore rupees in FY26. To discuss this and more on how the trend's shaping up, Boman Rustom Irani, the chairman and managing director, joins us on the show. Hi, Boman. Thanks a lot for joining in. Always good to have you on the show. How are things looking on ground? Demand strong enough? And tell us a little bit about your launches as well. Last year, they were a little lower than what the street had expected earlier. But this year, you're talking about 7,000 crores. Break it up for us, geography-wise and project-wise.
Well, Nigel, always good to be on the show. So very good morning to all the audience that is out there. I just want to tell you that, probably in terms of real estate terms, we've had the highest number. We, as in the real estate industry, has seen 40,248 registrations taking place in the last quarter, which is a decadal high, right? And so the markets are extremely good. I can tell you with regards to us, we've done extremely well in the year. We've gone exactly as per the guidance given by us. We've clocked 3,028 crores. So we've given a guidance of 3,000 crores for the year. We're making ourselves more and more a predictable company, which can kind of give a growth path and then stick with it. With regards to your launches, yes, you're right. We were one project short of thrilling our investors, but that did not happen due to certain environmental, points that are there. But I'm happy to state that that project is already launched in this quarter, and I've seen fantastic sales come out of it. The markets are extremely strong, especially in the micro markets where we operate. You're aware that we have, acquired 22 projects in the last 2.5 years, of which about 18 are redevelopments and about 16 are in the mid-market space. Mid-market and aspirational is the largest growing segment that is there in Mumbai. And we believe that this market, and all the data also points to the fact that this market will continue to grow. And we are serving that audience extremely well. At the same point of time, our focus on premium and uber premium properties also stays high. We've already moved towards the city. We believe that a lot of development will take place given that 3.5 lakh crores has already been invested by the government in infrastructure, whether it's a coastal road, the metros, and of course the boom that is coming, like I told you, 40,248 properties that got registered in the last quarter.
All right, so 7,000 crores of launches, you're sticking to that. The project that got delayed, it's going to see the light of day, and the initial feedback to your launches has been good. Is that correct?
That's absolutely right. 7,000 crores, and this year we might thrill our investors by actually crossing the number that we are giving. We're giving a very, I would like to say, conservative guidance this year of 4,000 crores in pre-sales. Again, over there, we plan to kind of, in a way, knock it out of the park. Let's see how it goes. But the year is promising.
So you've taken your stance, and hopefully you're in good form by the end of this year. That said, I just want to focus a little bit on the redevelopment part of the business. There are a lot of players that are getting in. Just wondering, competitive intensity as well as going up out there. If you could help us out with a profitability breakup. First of all, how much is redevelopment as a percentage of your total mix? Where do you see this number headed to? And a comment on the, on the competitive intensity, because it could put some pressure on margins. Your take.
When you look at about 60,000+ buildings in Mumbai, wanting to go for redevelopment, not because, or needing to go for redevelopment, and many more wanting to go for redevelopment, I can tell you the market is extremely large. I'm extremely happy also, I must say, from being the only organized developer that was in this space, seeing that everybody else wants to come into this space is a validation of our early mover and what we've done. I've already said this plenty of times, but we're one of the developers that is probably the developer of choice in most of the redevelopments that we enter. Not because of anything else, but the fact that we are well capitalized. Today we are a listed entity. People can kind of view our financials online. At the same point of time, we've rehoused more than 2,000 families in new homes, and these people have a point of reference or a point of check, and they could go to any of these redevelopments and check them out. So redevelopment is getting intensified in terms of the number of developers wanting to get into this. But we are totally fine with that. The process is also becoming a lot more organized, and there's a lot less ambiguity. Yes, competition always makes the prices go high, and that's why a very strong, robust internal mechanism
Yeah.
By which
Boman,
we
sorry,
kind of projects.
just to get some specifics, good morning, Prashant here. What is the size of redevelopment opportunity every year in Bombay? And how many players would you say are serious contenders for that opportunity now?
Prashant, let's start off with how many developers there are in Mumbai city. So at last count, I was told 5,000 plus. We as CREDA and CHI know that we've got 1,400 members of our own. And there are a lot many more who are not our members. So there can be 5,000 plus developers. A lot of these, Prashant, are very micro market operational. So I know developers who work in the Ghatkopar or even in the Bandra West area who will not step out of this geography. So it's very difficult to say how many developers, but let me give you an idea that if a good redevelopment is advertised in the papers today, it's easy to expect more than 20 or 22 companies making a bid for it. Of course, the societies have started appointing PMCs who are also very, very choosy and are able to kind of, create entry barriers in terms of size and scale of developer, the kind of redevelopment that's been done. And I think all this is extremely healthy because there's no point in spending a lot of time or just wasting a lot of time dealing with developers who've got no clue on how redevelopment will be carried out.
And the size of redevelopment, Boman, size of annual opportunity, as you see it?
Difficult for me to put a number, quite honestly, Prashant. Very difficult for me to put a number. But like I told you, 60,000 plus buildings needing redevelopment and maybe double that size wanting redevelopment given the DCPR rules that are available, which would allow them to have a better home and a better life. I think just one line from me. I look at this as the rejuvenation of this city. The city has been very constricted for new space for a very long time. And given the market's appetite today and also the fact that people are moving from smaller homes to homes that they always wanted or desired, and having the pockets and the financial means to achieve that, I think this is a great trend for us.
No, absolutely, Boman. While I agree with that, as a resident, every time I see a 30-story tower come in place of a 5 or 6-story building, while it's great amenities and looks great, one just wonders what's happening to the civic infrastructure around it and whether the civic authorities are going to keep pace with the pace of redevelopment. That's a debate for another day. But I actually asked your peer company, which is coming to the market, Kalpa, through the same question. We're trying to understand this. From a business dynamic perspective, a redevelopment project versus a regular development that you're doing, where are margins better? I mean, is it timing that's better? Like, they were explaining to us that redevelopment projects are more time bound, so perhaps quicker than, acquiring land parcels and then developing ground up. But just your thoughts on the profitability and the business matrix, redevelopment projects versus the regular projects.
So, let's look at it this way. The largest part of the pie is the redevelopment. Okay, lands in Mumbai will only come in from government tenders as of right now, or any large corporate that wants to sell off its land. Very few land owners are there in the city. Today you have 35% gross margins as a base at which one should enter a redevelopment, and at least one should target at a 15 to 17% PAT. Redevelopments, contrary to what people believe, is not the easiest to be in. And as a matter of fact, it takes a lot of skill and art combined together, Surabhi, to be able to get redevelopments timely completed. And that is where Rustomji scores a march over most, because we've been part of the redevelopment process since 2001. And so we have a 24-year lead on our understanding and our experience on redevelopments.
So 35%, right? Boman, what you're saying is that you would typically take up a redevelopment project if you're at least assured of 35% margin, right?
It's become very important now to be able to screen projects that do not make money just because there are a host of developers who are trying to go in and try to get that project. And it's happening. And I'm happy to let it happen because, these developers will have to go through the learning curve.
All right. Just to dovetail into the earlier conversation we were having with on AI, etc. You'd imagine that real estate on the ground, hard infrastructure is least affected by AI. But I was talking to somebody in the real estate space, another company, Bombay-based. They were saying that all these, we see all these project videos, right? the promotional videos.
Yeah.
A lot of it is now being created with AI, with the help of AI. So you don't have to go to the site, shoot, spend days. You can come up. I don't know if that's true, Boman. Sorry, off tangent question.
We are very, very soon moving towards a virtual world, and when we had Facebook and all of them start selling real estate space on Facebook and on Meta and stuff, we were wondering what's happening, but honestly, it's really moving towards that. And if one of the things that should give a CEO sleepless nights, it is actually AI, and the real estate industry is no different, and that's why we have PropTech startups almost coming to us every single day, everything from legal to drawing up your brochures or creating these videos. But very importantly, and on a serious note, Prashant, we are using AI extremely well. We are using various bots on our sales side in terms of gathering data. We are also using bots on our CRM. We're using technology to go ahead. BIM has been integrated into AI, with allowing us to kind of I would say, economize the construction timelines, if not the cost, using AI. And designs are getting a lot more edgy with the fact that you can almost do all the tests online before you actually put the building out there to launch. So it's something that we are working strongly with.
All right. Very quickly, Boman, I think this year you'll have to bring your holding down, right, from around 78% to that 75%. So that deadline's coming about. We're hearing about plenty of supply in the market. Looks like your time has come as well. Should we expect it in the coming quarter?
We have 2 quarters for that. But Nigel, thank you very much for making it a public announcement. Yes, we will be kind of trimming ourselves down to 75 as it's mandatory. We are well capitalized at this moment in time, so the internal debate is exactly whether we go in for a QIP or a block, and we will decide that hopefully by August.
Right, 3 years after listing, that's the mandate out there, and I think that date is approaching. But thanks a lot, Boman, for joining in, sounding optimistic about business. Plugging there that redevelopment debate as well, and also telling us that you all are evolving with AI as well. Thanks a lot for joining in.
Thank you, guys.